gas test passed.
Flight deck preparation complete.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until
Check.
the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Hello guys. Alright, so today I'm hoping that my audio and everything is actually working as it should. Today we're in the lovely Boeing 737 700. I'm hoping that she did do our N1 limit takeoff. I'm just verifying everything that is there. So we do have our co-pilot. You won't see her on board, but this is a Southwest virtual thing where they do have their love cars. But again, welcome to the stream. There's going to be an entire weekend of flights. I'm planning a 727 flight tomorrow. It's going to be my first time realistically flying the 727. I'm going to be flying it you know, from Miami to Dominica, hoping that it does go well. That may be on our Sunday flight. Tomorrow is going to be the Embraer, the 175 from Miami to Dominica. So those are going to be two of the longer flights that I'm going to be doing for the weekend. Hopefully all does go well Sunday. I may end up doing that flight on Sunday, or I may end up not doing it on Sunday, whichever one comes second. I may do it on Saturday as well, but you know, it's all good.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay, so there's GSX doing what it does best. We just had a Southwest 737-7 land just a second ago, and he's all parked up, and we're at the gate here where we are prepping for departure. Now we are, you know, just being a little bit chilled here. We are waiting FMC, press reset, verify takeoff speeds, and it wants to give me what it wants. Alright, let's go. Takeoff speeds 27, 127, 132. Alright, so this was 125 and then 128. You're not giving me what you want. We're putting in what was set. Alright, so that's going to be our takeoff today. It's going to be flaps 1 for departure, and we are, you know, flying on Vatsim today as well. So we're going to go ahead and ensure that we got that. We did get our PDC from Potomac Approach. They control over here in Washington, Baltimore, Washington. So our departure is 126.1, and we're going to go ahead and put that in right here. Alright, we're going to switch it over here, and then we're going to switch over to, let me pull up my Navigraph charts because I don't have all of that open. Alright, Baltimore, Washington, let's pull that up. Taxi, airport info. And we're going to check the CTAF frequency. Now, we do have Potomac departure. The CTAF is on 119.9, no, 119.4, I'm sorry, I'm seeing 121.9. Alright, let's go down to 119.4. Alright, let's swap that over, 119.4, and there we are, all set. Now, GSX is done with the fuel in. Yeah, there they go. Let's go ahead and request our boarding.
Requested.
And they're going to go ahead and enter whatever nonsense they're going to be doing here. Let's get out of that. Let's do that. Punch that button. And let's go back to menu. I know they're going to try to adjust a few things in here, which is annoying, but with our co-pilot and also GSX making adjustments to it, it's kind of, let's turn off our weather radar there. It's kind of weird in and of itself.
Do you want to board crew?
We're popping crew.
Crew boarding starting.
No, we're not doing that, please. We're not doing that, please. Yeah, it's trying to adjust a lot of things here. And I don't want it to do that. Hopefully it did not make any adjustments here. Let's check our reference. Alright, let's go to menu. Actions, payload, did it adjust? No, it didn't do anything. We're lucky. Alright, so let's hit this button again, hit our master caution, and we are, you know, all set here for everything. And let's see. Alright, so our departure plan, our FMC is programmed, our briefings are complete, our PWV remarks are reviewed, our N1s are set, our runway is checked, our flaps PWV is supposed to be 1, and CDU indicates 1 green light. Alright, all our V speeds are set, our stabilizer trim, our stab trim is you know, checked, the min clean altitude is checked, and all that is set in our FMC, or FMS, FMC, however you want to call it. Alright, so we're just waiting for boarding to get done here. We're just waiting for the other stuff to... This guy here is just chilling out. This is like basically security. So let's just wait for everyone else to get boarded and secured, and then we can, you know, prepare to head out today. Again, we're just waiting for our boarding to complete so that we can go ahead and perform the next checklist.
This way. Hello.
And again, this will be done, you know, not necessarily in stages, but with Southwest Virtual. With Southwest Virtual, they do have a co-pilot. Again, she does a lot of different things. She makes adjustments. If I tell her to set, you know, altitude or set headings, she actually manually sets this here. She set up the course and everything for our departure. So that's part of our flight deck procedure. She does all of the other tests, such as her oxygen test. She does a TCAS test, weather radar test, the engine fire tests. She does a lot of different things here, which is pretty cool. Let's just check our fuel. Fuel is on our left and our right, so we could just make sure that our fuel pumps are set to on. I like setting them on before. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do it. I'm not really, you know, well versed in a lot of the SOPs, but we can just keep this here where it's supposed to be. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn on our APU when the time requires it. Our package loading is in progress. I'm not seeing our passenger load, but alright, 60 out of 85 passengers boarded. And we're gonna go ahead and start our APU now. is being started up. Should be all good. Alright, our APU is available. We're going to go ahead and switch off of APU. Switch on our stealth signs. And we're all set here. We're just checking our departure. Then we're going to check our airport for us to know exactly where we're at here on the ground. We're departing off of runway 28, so then that means that we're going to be pushing back nose to the right. We're going to be taxiing via Tango, then Papa, and most likely through Uniform to Uniform 1. So we should be all set on that. We're going to go ahead and turn off our bleeds here and turn on our APU bleed. Alright, we have like one more bag to go. Alright, so we can most likely call for the checklist here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and follow through with the thorough flight procedure.
Check.
Right, she's doing... And she just turned off a lot of things that she's not supposed to turn off. She's realigning our IRSs.
Through flight procedure complete.
Check. Alright, that's all set. And okay, there we go. So next time I'll know better from that. Before start originating checklist.
Before start originating checklist. Logbook.
Aboard.
Landing gear pins.
3 aboard.
Fire warning and overheat.
Checked.
Start levers.
Cut off.
Stab trim cutout switches.
Normal.
Lights test.
Checked.
FMC.
Programmed.
Briefings.
Complete.
Oxygen masks and quantity.
Checked.
EECs.
On.
Navigation switches.
Normal.
Display switches.
Auto and normal.
Fuel.
One 5.6 cleared with 0.0 center pumps. On. Checked.
Passenger signs.
On.
Window heat.
On.
Hydraulic pumps.
A's on, B's on.
Pressurization.
Set. Auto.
Flight instruments.
Checked.
Auto brake.
RTO.
Takeoff warning horn.
Checked.
Parking brake.
Set.
Transponder.
TA and RA. Checked.
Aileron and rudder trim.
Centered.
OFP fit for duty.
Accepted and signed.
Before start originating checklist complete.
Pushback procedure.
Check. Pushback procedure
Good evening,
complete.
everyone. We would like to welcome you aboard Southwest Airlines Flight
Alright, so we're
694
pushing back.
with service to Fort Lauderdale.
Yes. We're going to release ground power.
Today, more than ever, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us. Shortly after takeoff, we will serve complimentary soft drinks, juice, and coffee. Beer, wine, and liquor are also available.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
There is a beverage menu in your seat back pocket, or you may go to the Southwest beverage menu on the in-flight entertainment portal at southwestwifi.com, where these options are displayed. This aircraft is Wi-Fi equipped. We hope you enjoy our free TV and movie options. Internet service may be purchased for $8. For more
Departure checks
information on
completed.
accessing
Bypass
free
pin
Wi-Fi and our
inserted.
entertainment options, please check the beverage menu in your seat back pocket. We will let you know when you may use your approved electronic devices. Small portable electronic devices, such as cell phones and tablets, may be used in airplane mode during all phases of flight. Cellular functions must be turned off once the forward entry door is closed. If you are in an emergency exit seat,
Locking
please
gear.
review the safety information card in the seat back pocket nearest you. If you did not meet all of the selection criteria on the card, are unable to perform the function, or believe that performing those functions may cause you harm, please let us know right now so we can reseat you. So that we may push back from the gate, please fasten your seatbelt, raise your seat back and tray table to the full upright and locked position, and make sure carry-on items are completely under the seat, in front of you or in an overhead bin, leaving the area around your feet clear. Laptop computers and portable electronic devices of similar size must also be stowed at this time. If you wish to use them after takeoff, please stow them under the seat in front of you. Thank you for choosing Southwest Airlines.
All right, we're going to go ahead and perform our pushback right now.
Good evening,
So,
everyone.
just going to go ahead and do a few things here. We just got disturbed for a second, and let's do a before push checklist. Before push checklist.
Before push checklist. Zero fuel weight.
Set.
Gross weight.
Cross check.
For flying Southwest Airlines.
Checked.
PWB remarks.
Reviewed.
N1s.
Set.
Runway.
28 set.
Flaps.
PWB 1, CDO 1.
V speeds.
Set.
Stab trim.
Set.
Min cleanup altitude.
1000 set. Set.
Flight deck door.
Lights out.
Before push checklist. Complete.
Alright, so we're complete with that. We're going to go ahead and remove our wheel chocks. I hate when people disturb me because it kind of cuts my
Release parking brakes.
entire thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and call for Washington traffic. Washington traffic Southwest 694 pushing back off our gate Bravo 4 Washington. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and release our parking brake
Commencing
and
push.
push next
All
to the
engines
stop.
clear. Start at will.
Start number 2.
Start number 2.
Alright, number 2 is being started.
Ladies and gentlemen, we could have your attention for just a moment. We'd like to point out the safety features of our Boeing 737-700. A safety information
Oil pressure.
card is in the seat back or literature pocket in front of you. To fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat end into the buckle. Pull the loose strap to tighten. To release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt
Light
tight
off.
and low across your hips and where at any time you are seated. There are 6 emergency exits.
Alright, so we're
2
going to
forward
switch
exit
over
doors,
to our
2
departure.
overwing window
Going to switch
exits,
over. I went
and
to
2 exit
6.1.
doors in the back. Signs
So this is
overhead
being
and lights
pushed,
on the
but
floor
it
lead
is
to
being
exit.
pushed.
If an evacuation is necessary, follow flight attendant commands and leave everything. This aircraft
Alright,
is
let's check
equipped
our
with life rafts.
APFB and we'll
One
push
life
back
raft is
on,
located
push
in the
back
forward
on
ceiling
Tango.
compartment, and 2 life rafts are located in the ceiling compartments at mid-cabin. In the event of a water evacuation,
Roll back.
use the life vest under your seat.
Ready to start number 1.
Remove the vest only if told to do so. Pull
Start
the red
number 1.
strap to open the container
Start number 1.
and remove the pouch. Remove the vest from the pouch
Alright,
and
so we're
show
allowing
the
her to
safety
do all of
information
the
card.
things
Place
that
the
we
vest over your head.
would normally
Wrap the
have
strap
done
around your
ourselves.
waist, buckle it in the front, and pull to tighten.
Oil pressure.
Once outside, hold down on the red tab to inflate the vest. To manually inflate, blow into the tube at your shoulder. Your vest has a light that turns on automatically in the water. Please refer to the safety
Light off.
information card for use of a
Alright,
life
light off.
vest on an
Engine is being
infant.
started.
Flight attendants
parking
will
brakes.
distribute additional vests if needed. We are coming by to check that your seatbelt is fastened,
parking
your
brakes are
seat
set.
back and tray table are in a full upright and locked position, and your carry-on items are completely under the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin, leaving the area from your seat clear. Smoking is not allowed on board, including the lavatory. The use and charging of electronic cigarettes is prohibited. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying any
Roll back.
smoke detector in an aircraft lavatory. It is also
Unlocking gear.
prohibited to consume alcohol that you
Alright,
are
Ready for after start procedure.
Federal aviation
After start
regulations
checklist.
require passenger compliance with the lighted passenger
After start
information
procedure.
signs,
Check.
posted placards, and crew member
Alright, so
instructions.
she's doing her after
including
start
information
procedure
on
right now.
seatbelts and smoking.
And November 4, Charlie, the Bay Bridge Airport is going to be at here at 12 o'clock, roughly around 1-2 miles. Report when you have it.
Oxygen. Hold down
Left
on the
is
mask.
clear.
4 Charlie, we're
Right is
looking.
clear.
Is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and
Flaps
mouth
one.
and breathe normally.
Flaps 1.
Secure the mask with the elastic strap.
So our flaps
Although
1 is
oxygen
set.
will be
Let's go
flowing,
ahead.
the
Our
plastic
generators
bag may
are
sound
on.
inflamed.
APU is going
Continue
off.
wearing the mask until otherwise
And
notified
our
by a
leads
crew
are
member.
on.
If you
We're
are
checking,
traveling
making
with
sure everything
children or
is the way that it
anyone needing
needs to be.
special equipment,
4 Charlie has
put
Bay
on
Bridge
the
in
mask
sight.
first. Please remove anything.
And November 4, Charlie, thank you. No traffic observed between you and the Bay Bridge Airport.
Please report
Well,
any
So
other
I'm gonna go
VFR,
ahead
for
now
change
and
of previews,
make
enjoy
some
your
adjustments here to my joystick
Now sit
stand.
back, relax,
So
and
any
enjoy your
movements you
2
guys hear me
hours and
do,
40
that's what I'm
minutes
doing
flight
right
to
now.
Fort Lauderdale. Welcome aboard.
Alright, so joystick is being set up. Alright, so control check.
Control check.
Rudder checked. Alright, so stop APU.
The APU is already off.
Checked. Alright, so we are gonna go ahead and call up for our taxi.
And November 4, Charlie, frequency change boost. Yep. 4 Charlie, over advisory.
To approach our 694 on the ground here in BWI on Tango. Should we call you for taxi, or would you like me to taxi through to you today?
Southwest 694, Potomac departure. Hello, no, you're talking to the right guys. Give me 1 second and I'll have you taxi now.
Yeah, we're ready for taxi to runway 28, and let me just let you know exactly where we're at.
694 on the way to 8, taxi via Tango, Echo, Papa, Uniform 1.
Tango, Echo, Papa, Uniform 1 for Southwest 694, thanks. Alright, so there's our taxi already set up. So let's just do before taxi checklist. Before taxi checklist. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Electrical.
Generators on.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Flight controls.
Free.
Flight deck windows.
Closed and locked. Closed and locked.
Flaps.
CDU 1 indicates 1 green light.
Before taxi checklist. Complete.
Alright, let's go. Brakes are off. Now we're taxiing out. Aircraft does take a minute for it to roll out. Let's give it a little bit of power to go, and then we're putting our taxi light and our turn-offs on. Alright, so he wants us on Tango, Echo, Papa, Uniform, and Uniform 1. So we're just going to go down to Tango, and then we're
Approach United 615.
right off on it.
So United 916, Potomac departure. Which airport are you in? We are at Dole.
And if you notice,
it's almost for Delta
that we're going to
931.
have
I should have
full
sent you a
ATC
PDC. Let me know
coverage,
if
but
you have
we
it.
should have departure.
United, this is United.
Which is perfectly fine by me.
United 615, I see you now. Clearance is correct, so I'll send you a PDC here. Thank you.
Alright, so we're going to go right on to Echo right here, which Echo is checked, and we are going to start turning onto Echo right here. And then we're on Uniform right here. So we're just going to go ahead and allow for the turn.
Approaching 28.
No, we're not going on 2-8. Going up this way. Yes, I know that we're approaching to it, but we're not going there. Alright.
United 4 Heavy runway 30 taxi via Zulu Yankee 11.
Okay, we're not on uniform. Oh yeah, Tango Echo Papa uniform. That's where we are, Papa. Okay, so uniform is all the way up there. I didn't hear what he said. Okay, that was not for us. Or for someone else. Let's check, and then uniform is off our right here. Turning on to uniform. Get a little brakes going so that we can get the turn. Make that turn. And there we go. Just a little bit too much on that side, but alright, let us turn on our VNAV and our LNAV so we can have it armed. We should be landing in Fort Lauderdale in about 2 hours. It's going to be a little bit, dark when we land, but that's all fine by me. On our here. Alright, so don't think we should do that. And the next thing is our before takeoff checklist. Let's do our before takeoff checklist in a sec. Alright, we're watching our speed here for our taxi.
Okay, now Southwest 694, let me know when you're ready.
I just have the 694, we should be ready now. I'm just going to go ahead and do our before takeoff checklist.
Hey, Southwest 694, 12506, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28, Southwest 694. Before takeoff checklist. Alright, so let's send to here. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Min takeoff fuel.
Verified.
Departure plan.
Approaching
Complete.
'Attendant notification.
Complete.
Electrical.
Generators on.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Packs.
Auto.
Bleeds.
Engines on. Engines on, AP off.
Start switches.
Continuous. Continuous. Left continuous.
APU.
Off.
Flaps.
1 indicates 1 green light. CDU 1 indicates 1 green light.
Start levers.
Idle.
Recall.
Checked.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Alright, so here we go. We're ready for takeoff, but I kind of overshot it.
On runway 28.
Alright, so let's line up here a little bit, because we kind of went off a little bit. And alright, let's go. Set takeoff thrust.
Check.
Now,
The
United
engines are
4
not
Heavy,
above
make
40%
left
airline.
crosswind departure,
stabilize the engines
121 at 7, runway
Set takeoff
30,
thrust.
clear for takeoff.
Alright, there she goes. Takeoff thrust is being set. Did we get our landing lights? No, she didn't do that. She didn't do that. Right, that's 2 things that she failed to do. And we are
80 knots.
checked.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Gear up. Gear up.
Positive rate. Landing gear up.
climbing via the SID, so we're going to follow the SID up. Autopilot is on. And we're going to switch off our landing lights, our taxi lights, sorry. And everything else is set.
Net 4 heavy, radar contact, and
Flaps up.
proceed on course.
Alright, we all have departed out of Baltimore, and we're gonna start calling for ATC. Plymouth approach, Southwest 694, we're airborne passing 3,700, private VOE.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
Cancel checklist. Not yet. Plymouth approach, Southwest 694, we're airborne passing 4,800, private VOE. Climb checklist.
Climb checklist. Pressurization.
Checked.
Start switches.
And there we had a little thing. Let's switch our climb switches off.
APU.
Off.
Climb checklist complete.
Alright, so here we go. We're in our climb. I'm not here, but so much.
10,000 feet.
Alright, let's switch off our landing lights. And we're passing 10,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, use of all portable electronic devices is now
For some
permitted
reason,
in
I am
airplane
no
mode with
longer-
several functions turned off. In a few moments, we will be coming through to take your drink orders. We will be serving complimentary soft drinks, juice, and coffee. Beer, wine, and liquor are available for purchase.
I'm no longer
or with a
hearing
valid drinking cost. There
ATC.
is a beverage menu in your seat back pocket, or you
Back
may
on
go
our
to
weather
the
radar.
Southwest beverage menu on the in-flight entertainment portal southwestwifi.com, where these options are
traffic.
displayed. Please
Should
be
have that
mindful of
on.
the flight
Oh, we did.
attendant serving you in the aisle and remain seated while the fasten seatbelt sign is on. We have lavatories in the front and back of the aircraft. The sign on the ceiling indicates whether the lavatory is occupied. Please do not form a line in the forward lavatory. Your safety will always be our number one priority, so please don't hesitate to let us know if you have other needs we can take care of.
Alright, we're frequency change approved, so we're gonna go up to 5400. Climbing out, you can see that we are having a little bit of turbulence here. set, and we're just clearing to switch over to what we can play. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're set for 14000 here. We're climbing via the SID. And yeah, so everything looks okay right now. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself because there should not be anything interesting for the time being. And we'll see how we proceed from there. set.
Check.
Alright, I forgot to do that with her, but it's already set, so no worries. guys. Thank you so much for your patience. We're still in flight, flight of 400. We are cresting to start entering Fort Lauderdale in a second. Or should I say, which location is this? Let's check. Tampa or Jacksonville Center, sorry. So we are popping up for us in Jacksonville. We should be all set here. The aircraft is cruising here pretty well. Our co-pilot is all good. Next procedure for her is the engine shutdown procedure. Got a descent checklist, approach checklist, before landing checklist, and the parking checklist, which are not yet been completed because we're not yet been on the ground or nowhere near the checklist. So, right now we are going to be entering Jacksonville Centers. Airspace 135925. Just wait for them to contact us. Alright, here we go. 135925. We're ready for their communication whenever they are ready. So there are going to be instances where you guys will see certain startups like this. Because it's the first time that I'm flying over this area, my cache is actually just trying its best to do this. I don't think I have rolling cache on it, so I think I'm going to have to turn it on just to ensure that we are being able to fly through this location without having these issues happen. But we should still be able to fly this aircraft and fly the approach pretty well and pretty safely. Oh, and there we go. Got contact from Jacksonville Center. Hello, how are you? Let's go ahead and switch over.
Jacksonville Center 28300 for 701. 701. I do have the tramway in my total block.
Alright, gotta increase my output volume.
Roger, that traffic just 12 o'clock, 3 miles. Use 205 for 380, scale factor. Seaway 701, copy, sir. X-ray to this, Seaway 701, maintain 250 knots until further advised.
And we're not even able to contact him yet.
701.
Jackson is Southwest 694, level 400.
So 694 Jackson, right up.
This is your ident 694.
American 1374, say, indicate airspeed.
200 indicated.
Roger.
he asked us to ident it, so it's all up to him now. Right, so top of descent, 432 nautical miles. Okay.
So we'll 694 radar contact, 10 miles northwest of Grand Strand, New York, 400.
Okay, so something just disconnected our autopilot.
506, area of moderate to extreme precipitation. Action strip. Lexus 506, cross 80, at a maintain 11,000, half altimeter 3009.
3009er, minor, 11,000, occupancy.
Unit 2678, climb maintain, flow level 390.
Total 390, listen 2678.
Alright, got it, the other approach request at Elephant Head.
United 1497, check flight level 350.
Okay, that was a weird one, but
We
it
currently have
happened.
plugged in the RNAV 3.
American 7, Roger, expect you on runway 3, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 3,000, vectors to final.
180, 3,000 for Mexico, the final Mexico.
American, correct, United 1497, Jack Center, I know. American 1497. Unit 1554, cross, Capo, at a maintain, flight level 270.
Cross Capo Airman Camp level 280, I'll leave for 264.
Unit 1554, Capo at 270.
270 level 1564.
Unit 3175, descend and maintain, flight level 330.
Maintain flight level 330, 3175.
Unit 3175, expedite descent, traffic 3 o'clock, 10 miles southeastbound, 737, flight level 350.
Therefore, we get 3175.
Did you capture our name from Unit 1497? TWA 701, resume normal speed.
Back to normal speed, TWA 701.
Unit 2698, Atlanta's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, back to region 2678.
American 860, actually 2 trip. American 1374, Miami's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Over to you, Tom. Great job. We'll see you.
Unit 1497, radar contact, 136 miles south of the South BVR, level 350. Another 1872, radar contact lost. Unit 3175, cross Bang, how to maintain 13,000, half altimeter 300 minor.
Cross bangs at 13,000, St. Field number 3009er, Allegiant 3175.
UPS 216, contact Tampa approach on 119.9. Tampa approach 19 negative.
That's the coaching train taxi here.
Eastern 362, participation separation object for about 9 minutes.
Eastern 352 Jack Center, that's approved, report back. American 7 to maintain 2000, maintain 210 knots.
2,210, American 7.
Like that 506 our contact lost. Unit 1554 cross, lever, out of maintain. Correction. Alright, lead at 1554 cross, lean out of maintain, 1313,000, half all 70300 minor.
Cross-lane and maintain 13,000, wind 1564.
TWA 701, climb and maintain, flight level 370, Miami's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved for Wolf climb and maintain flight level 370 into San Juan. That's approved. Good evening, 3701, I'm going to
See ya. Telus 1872 Jack Center. Telus 613, when you got the moment, switch your squad code 7723, please. Telus 613, fly runway heading, runway 18, clear for takeoff. JetBlue 1678 Jack Center.
JetBlue 1678.
It was 1678, I'm going to call it early for you. Area of moderate to extreme precipitation, 12 o'clock, 88 miles, spans 14 miles in diameter, advise any deviation.
Okay, we'll monitor as JetBlue 1678.
Lead at 1554, area of moderate to extreme precipitation, 12 o'clock, 44 miles, spans 96 miles southbound, advise any deviation.
Do you have any pyreps through that 415
No pirates.
We'd like to go around at 1564.
Lead at 1554, roger, deviations right of course are approved, when able proceed direct lean and advise.
Alright, we'll be right of course and then advise direct to a lane for 1564.
Double 613, radar contact altitude. Roger. And lead at 1554, let me know if you're going to be able to go direct lean there. It looks like the weather kind of hovers right over the spec, so let me know if you can go below. Lead at 1554, you copy?
Yeah, copy. We're going to deviate just a little bit right, and then we'll go direct to Lean, probably here needs a couple miles for 15 to select. We'll send speaker 960.
Roger, bye.
9,000 power 16.
Route 960, Jack Center, climb maintain flight level 370.
370, speaker 960.
United 2448, Jack Center, item. American 7, proceed direct Gorge, cross Gorge, enter above 1,900, cleared on air, runway 3 approach. Infield open head.
Direct Gorge, cross Gorge, air above 1,900, American 7.
Level 613, proceed direct Zordo, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Center, Eastern 35, we're back.
Eastern 350, confirm 352.
Yeah, my bad, 352.
Eastern 352, roger, descend and maintain flight level 350.
350, Eastern 52.
United 2448, radar contact 41 miles northwest of the Columbia VOR, flight level 360.
Center, American 864,
American 864, before you do that, area of moderate to extreme precipitation, 12 o'clock, 36 miles, stands 65 miles southeast, advise any deviations.
Book all combo advices for American 864.
American 864,
we are the call
the way to proof report back.
Could you repeat that for 1554?
Sorry, leave it 1554 second.
Could you repeat there you said?
That was nothing for you, that was for somebody else.
Yeah, just that's let's take it there too.
That's 1872 good.
Yeah, so send us the contact me message, but we are controlled and not in the cockpit, so what's the deal?
You disconnected and reconnected, sir. I was just wondering if you're here.
Yeah, just had some connectivity issues. Everything is fine now.
Under. American 7, runway 3, clear to land.
Runway 3, clear to land.
November 55 Bravo, area of moderate to extreme precipitation, 1 to 3 o'clock, 7 miles, 5 miles in diameter, advise any deviation.
Local of 55 Bravo.
Houston 352, Atlanta's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Over to advise for Eastern 352.
Level 613, Washington's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved. Yeah.
Check center, shooter code 4, I'm going to grant a power steel, looking to get live bar, speed with
255 Jack Center, say again, which airport you at?
Shooter 54 Red, Jackson Naval, Howard Field, NID.
Contact Jackson approach 124.9.
Sorry, 124.9, Shooter 54.
Joey 2234 Jack Center, climb maintain flood level 360, area of moderate to extreme precipitation, 12 o'clock, 21 miles, span 12 miles across your outside the deviation.
Super 2234 copies all request records similar.
Joey 2234, Joey 2234, amend the altitude, flood level 340.
340, 2234. Center, American 864 is back.
Bank 64, welcome back, Miami's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, American 864 is the one.
See ya. Unit 1497, Miami's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Frequency approved, yeah, 1497 was unit 9.
Yeah.
Injection was Center, Double 2234, request deviation, right of course to order.
Double 2234, deviation left of course approved, when able to proceed direct to Bravo, as advised.
Requesting right of course for Double 2234.
Double 2234, sorry about that. Deviation right of course approved, when able to proceed direct to Bravo, as advised.
When able to proceed direct to Bravo, and deviation for the record, Double 2234, thank you. Signal Center, we 1564, we're turning left direct only.
Thank you. Legion 3175, contact Tampa approach on 119.9C.
And I think I have a good idea, Legion 3175.
Legion 1554, contact Tampa approach 119.9er.
Tampa approach 199, see 1564.
Yeah, JetBlue 1678, Washington's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Okay, over to unit comp 678. Appreciate the service and see you next time.
Yeah.
Jackson, this is 29, Charlotte, flight level 250, flight level 29.
Have over 49er, Jacksonville Center, Ida. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Just a small fire, you remember guys, so something more down, going up, now they want to get
Dude, I might end up like that guy, we'll see.
good luck.
Thank you. November 49er, radar contact, 9 miles northeast of the Columbia VOR flight level 260. I'm at the altitude at flight level 280 for direction of flight. That'll be your final.
Up to 280 now. 49. John, I got a question for you.
So,
What other aircraft are you using? Because I feel like I've seen your name before.
Denver and Chicago. I'm a visitor in LA.
I remember you from Denver.
Who are you?
Denver. Hey, check Center, Delta 2147. We'll climb it out at flight level 216 for flight level 230.
Delta 2147, Jack Center, climb maintain, flight level 360.
Climb and maintain, flight level 360, Delta 2147.
Delta 2147, Jack Center, sorry about that. Somebody was talking on my ear. Climb and maintain, flight level 360, welcome.
Yeah, I thought I heard that. Climb and maintain, flight level 360, Delta 2147. Jacksonville Center, JetBlue 2234, direct from limits and a quick pilot for you. Bases are about 7,000, tops about 14,000, and you're in between layers up to 22,000.
Roger, thank you. American 7, welcome to Help and Thanks for record.
Alrighty, you guys. So looks like the pressure is on today, and the weather is actually changing down there. Alright, we're gonna be making our adjustments as we're out here. Let's go to our init reference page. We're gonna go ahead and check our performance. We do have a landing data performance thing in here as well. So it's checking the performance for me, and it lets me know brake cooling schedule. We have our brake cooling schedule and our special procedures and so on for it. So today it's flaps 30, VREF 123, and an auto brake. We can either do auto brake 2 or auto brake 3.
Washington's closed, radar service terminated for 15
So we're flaps 30, 120.
Oh, this is the
126 here, but we're gonna change that. 123 on deck, and we are gonna keep. As you see, this is all bad weather out of Jackson. If you guys heard earlier on, there were a lot of diversions where some persons were taking directions away from the weather. So we just gotta keep in mind that this is gonna be our situation if in event that it does push comes to shove. We should, at our destination, we do have at least 15 minutes of contingency fuel and another 45 minutes, so about an hour of fuel in terms of being able to get in and out of our destination. So, all right, we are, I think we're all good here. I'm gonna check our fuel for landing. Top of descent, we should at least have 5.4 thousand or 5,400 pounds. Should land with at least 4,400 pounds of fuel. That's what we should be landing with. We're at 8,400. We still have a good amount of time. Let's check our progress here again, and we should be arriving with 1,000 pounds more than we definitely need. So we're just going to keep monitoring this and ensure that we are landing with the right amount of fuel. We should have 1,000 pounds extra. We did take off with about 800, or no, not 800, about 200 pounds over what we were supposed to be departing with. So we can add that to that. We can add it to here. So you know, we are within range for you know, our landing to be on point with the amount that we're set. We're all going to be auto brakes too, and I'm going to be checking our weather. So we're going to go in here again and check our arrival weather. All right, 100 at 10 knots, 10-mile visibility, few clouds at 2,700, few clouds at flight level 200, few clouds at 250, temperature is 29, dew point 22, altimeter 3007. All right, so don't have too much to worry about in terms of, we ain't got too much to worry about in terms of getting into Fort Lauderdale today. But just in case, we are going to keep in mind that there is weather over Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to go ahead and check Fort Lauderdale again. And I'm going to check it using our metar-taft.com. And we're checking the METAR. So weather looks good. Runway 10 right, runway 10 left is in use. Same thing. We are seeing our weather is the same. So there aren't any rain. We're not expecting any rain or anything like that. So just the area around Fort Lauderdale is looking like it's got some bad weather. But once we start descending, you know, through, I think the only place that is bad is KMCO. Okay, so Fort Lauderdale is perfectly fine, so we're all clear out there. I was mainly thinking of going over to Orlando, but I don't have an Orlando route until a little bit later, so we should be flying into Orlando. So no worries there, we're all set, and we should be able to fly in, do our approach and land in with no issues.
Insurance outside of 160.
Level 623 Jack Center, climb maintain level 330.
Maintain 330, level 600.
Jack Center, target right 204, flight level 360. The Fayetteville VOR.
Run 0204 Jack Center, radar contact 68 miles northeast of Grand Strand, level 380, welcome to the party. Sorry, 360.
Jack Center, again, evening, Delta 632, heading with you, cruising 40 now.
American 20, oh, wrong guy. American 22 Jack Center, climb maintain level 340. The Delta calling in Jack Center, Ida.
Jack Center, American 7035 Heavy, out at the Elm Beach, Dr. Royce, 115.
American 7035 Jack Center, climb maintain level 330. Higher about.
Climb maintain level 300, sorry, say that. Good evening, American 521, 1,900, coming 15,000. Again, congratulations, everyone.
American 520 Jack Center, hello, thank you. Flight of maintain, flight level 310.
Level 310, my 520.
American correction, November 4 Niner cross fence, Adam maintain flight level 260.
Could you give me that way for one more time, sir?
Vent, Bravo, Echo, November Tango, Zulu.
Proceed, then, as in flight 200, is that correct, sir?
260.
260, then.
Hello, Fish 32 radar contact, 12 miles northwest of the Lakeland VR level 400, welcome.
Jacksonville Center, Southwest 4866, with you, 12.5 for 15.
4866 Jack Center, climb maintain level 360, area of moderate to extreme precipitation, 12 to 3 o'clock. In about 15 miles, spans 8 miles in diameter across your route by the deviation.
After that, and for flight level 360, Southwest 4866.
And Delta 2147, we're counting from top of design.
Level 2147 cross fence, Bravo, Echo, November, Tango, Zulu at and maintain flight level 260.
That's 260, Delta 2147.
Exeter, hello, Delta 5823, pass 13.2 for 16,000. Delta 5823 Jack Center, climb maintain flight level 350. Contact 350, Delta 5823.
Jacksonville Center, hello, American 215, mobile 15, for the back on the controller radio.
American 213 Jack Center, thank you. Dayton altimeter 3010.
Jacksonville Center, just wanted to get the recorder. Request direct from Rossi.
JetBlue 12234, if you can spell it for me, I'd love to give it to you.
Romeo, Oscar, Zulu, India, JetBlue 2234. Congrats.
Thank you. JetBlue 2234, proceed direct Rossi.
Direct Rossi, I do. Work.
Jacksonville Center, hello there, United 441 is level at 15,000 feet at Cherry with big congratulations.
Thank you. United 441 Jack Center, climb maintain flight level 310.
Flight level 310, United 441.
November 49 Center, cross Looney at a maintain 8,000, correction 11,000, Jacksonville altimeter 3007.
Jack Center, Shooter 5-4 with you 600.
Shooter 5-4, Jack Center, Jacksonville altimeter 3007.
3007, Shooter 5-4.
American 1070 Jackson Center, Rush, no problem, our contact on.
Jacksonville 417. Project Dutch here for 1 level 240.
We said Jack Center, welcome. American 2140, correction Delta 2147, cross Looney at a maintain 11,000, Jacksonville altimeter 3007.
3007, Looney at 11,000, Delta 2147.
Level 632, late call, area of moderate to extreme precipitation, 12 o'clock, you're in right now, 32 miles northbound, advise any deviation. American 213, descend to be the Got 1 arrival, Orlando, altimeter 3011.
Okay, Got 1 arrival, American 213.
Jacksonville Center, American 1490 with you, passing 11,000 for 15,000. American 1490 Jack Center, low climb maintain level 350. Climb maintain 350, American 1490.
Jacksonville Center, American 7, Nashville 10, IFR Sanford.
American 7 Jack Center, clear to the Sanford International Airport as filed, maintain 3,000. Expect level 30010 to tap to departure. Departures with me, squawk 3445.
It is final 3,000 initial, 345, that's 3 o'clock, American 7.
American 7, read back correct, turn like 3 foot departure, advise minute taxi, B Hilton head altimeter 3007.
Frequent departure, call to Jackson.
November 55 Bravo, descend of Palace discretion, maintain 11,000, the Jack altimeter 3007. Alright, Palace discretion down to 11,000, altimeter 3007, TBM 55 Bravo.
Center, American 735 Heavy, Microsoft 300, show me at 340.
American 7035, climb maintain level 340, check on that.
You're all good. Climb maintain 340, 735 Heavy.
Delta 5823 Jack Center.
Over 5823.
Delta 5823, climb maintain level 350.
Maintain by level 350, 5823.
American 483 Jack Center. Blue 7 Jack Center, sorry about that, I'm looking for a defect. Cross Odea at a maintain 12,000, Jacksonville altimeter 3007.
Project, they are
Jackson approach 124.9 CLX.
124.9. So, see ya.
November 49er, contact Jackson approach 124.9.
124.9.
Southwest 694 Miami is closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
However, to advise for Southwest 694, you have a good evening. Bye. Alrighty, so he got us changed. I kind of stubbed that up a little bit, but we are, you know, working as we should. Got changed over or switched over to Unicom. Can't even see the ground out here. I moved the date, guys who are flying through here. But we're all chill right now. We're flying through Unicom, via Unicom right now. So unless someone comes along like Miami Center, then we're just gonna keep going. Alright, you guys, so just so you are aware what's going on right now, we are flying from Kilo Bravo Whiskey India down to Fort Lauderdale, where we're actually positioning this aircraft for our next flight. Tomorrow I'm planning on doing one of two flights, which is I'm gonna be testing the Boeing 727 because I'm planning to do a flight in the 727 to attempt to land in Dominica. Now I'm doing that. The 727 is going to be in Flight Sim 2024, mainly because I think that the weather looks a little bit better out there. I may do it in Flight Sim 2020, but it's not 100% you know, set in stone. Now, based on how everything goes, I will attempt to do it. If it does not work, you know, or if I feel that 2020 looks like where I'm going to be flying the 727, then I will fly the 727 in Flight Sim 2020. So right now we are, you know, just performing or just doing what we can to just keep our flight going. But tomorrow is the place to be. I'm not really versed in the 727. Not really versed in the 727, so we will see what happens. So yeah, we're just keep on flying here right now. We just have a few nautical miles before our top of descent. Turn on our dome light here because, you know, it's a little bit dark, and I typically fly with my dome light darked out like this. But we're gonna be checking our arrival. This is where we're at right now. We are over church, and let's do our arrival here. We're on a CUDA 3 arrival, and this all the way down here. Let's just check and make sure that we are, you know, descending where we need to be. All the way down to CUDA, we're going down to 8,000. So what we're gonna do is just set for a CUDA right here, and set 8,000 in our MCP. That way our VNAV will automatically engage, or when it engages, it will automatically go down to 8,000 feet. We can do this with our co-pilot, but I choose to do it myself. You guys will see the co-pilot in action as we continue down or continue on. So I'm going to turn off my dome light again. I don't like really flying with the dome light on, and because it gives me a chance to enjoy the you know, just what the sim has to offer. So we'll be back once we start our descent. Radio, here comes our top of descent right now. I gotta pull up our charts for us to get our CTAF going. For us to check for CTAF. It's not gonna be on here, so we're gonna try to see if we can pull it up in our approach chart here. We're ILS runway 10 right. Check in for tower. Yep. There it is. That's gonna be 119.3. I'll do 119.3. So let's go set it in here. Is set. Let's turn on our floodlights for this. Now we're gonna keep our things as is. So now we're about to do our descent. Alright, and here comes our top of descent shortly. Again, we are planning to land with 1,000 pounds of fuel, but it does look like it shows the same, but this might change, and we should start descending now. It's due to the wind speed here, our top of descent changed a lot there. So, we are now starting our descent. We don't have any form of checklist that we do have to follow, but we do have a descent checklist. Yes, that is correct. So let's check our checklists here. All right, let's set our auto brake here. Let's set our minimums, which is gonna be 264. Gotta change this. She changed it. We're at 267 here. We're gonna check our minimums. There it is. Decision altitude 264 feet. We're just gonna switch this. There we go, 264. We're gonna set up our ILS as well. And okay. Alright, so this is what it said. Auto ATC welcome. If ATC is offline, you may receive automated guidance to assist online controllers. After receiving instructions, resume navigation, as Auto ATC does not offer separation services and is not available everywhere. To provide feedback, please see whatever it is. Miami Center advised descend via the Cuda 3 arrival, the Fort Lauderdale altimeter 3007, no separation services provided. That's just our auto ATC. We have Fort Lauderdale ground online. So after we land, it's ground 121.4. Alright, but we're gonna set up our ILS here. So 111.75. You're gonna go ahead and put 111.75, and then we're gonna set it in the 2 as well, 111, and then we're gonna put that as 75. All right, what's our course? 096. Set course 096. Okay, she didn't hear. Set course 096. Okay, she doesn't set it. She does not know what setting course is. Alright, so let's go ahead and set that ourselves. Alright, there we go. Zero 096 set. Now we're clocking on these pretty good ones. Alright, 20. Let's switch to 40. Let's should we center that? No, we're not gonna center that, we're gonna keep it as is. Because we wanna get weather avoidance as well. Our speed is gonna need to break down here. And we are going to perform our descent checklist. So we're going to go ahead, pull up our flight. Let's do our co-pilot. Descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Minimums.
Set.
VREF and VTarget.
123.30 set. 30 and 123 set. Checked.
Auto brake.
2 set.
Recall.
Checked.
Descent checklist complete.
Alright, so there are certain things that she can't recognize, so we're just going to go ahead and keep it as is. So it's 30 and 123. Yeah, it's 30 and 123. I said that, but she did not hear it. Check a few things here. Alright, who else is that? Miami Center just came online. Wow. He came on quick, 132.2. Let's go ahead and switch that over. Alright, there's a lot of information we're going to have to provide him with. So we're going to go ahead and provide Miami Center with it. Alright, so we are descending through flight number 210. Miami Center, Southwest 694. We're with you on the CUDA 3 arrival, descending through flight number 210 for planning ILS runway 10 right.
So 694 Miami Center, Roger. The 11 retreat to 7 right asset.
Copy on that QNH, and thanks for having us. Alright, let's see. Now we're going to continue down, and we're through 210. So a lot of the information that we gave him was just our intentions and what we're planning.
Alright, yeah, American 2040, Coastal 3 with Foxtrot, won't be left. For 2040, Miami Center, radar contact, which runway you set up with? Plan for the out of 10, recognize. 2040, Roger, reduce their 210 to 7K, Street 1000. 210, 3000, 2040.
Feel the need to use our speed brake, but there's no need. We do have traffic outside here. They're a bit far out. That's about 30 nautical miles.
200 for 5 on the full speed out of Miami. Citizen 642, Miami Center, livery contact.
It's all the way out there.
370. Call the table, 370, 642. We're 9% heavy, Miami Center, radar contact on the table, 370.
We're gonna try to boost our audio out. Alright. Turn off our standard. Change our altimeter. We're a little bit too high there. We're supposed to be at 15,000 and we're 1,000 feet above. The vertical profile is showing differently than what it's showing here, which is odd to me. But we should be able to make it down without any issues. Alright, so our joystick is set.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we make our final descent into Fort Lauderdale, please stow laptop computers and similarly sized electronic devices. Small portable electronic devices may continue to be used in airplane mode but must be secured for the remainder of the flight. Please ensure all carry-on items are completely under the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin, leaving the area around your feet clear. Please raise your seat back and tray table to the full upright and locked position and fasten your seatbelt. We will come by one last time to pick up cups, cans, newspapers, and any other trash. Thank you.
Looking 2040, channel 150, understood for runway 12 vocalist. 150, channel 2040. 2040, you're from miles from town to maintain 3,000 to establish on the local as we clear out, let's runway 12 approach. 3,000 to establish, quit ILS 12 bridge 24. 231, lead march this to the southeast, no further ATC, please change food, see ya. Person 231, circuit exchange approved. Center 2040, 100 at 9 runway 12, clear line. 12, clear line, American 34, thanks.
American 34 minutes.
So 694 to maintain
10,000 feet.
Level 694 to maintain 5,000. Level 694, Miami Center.
Sorry about that, Miami Center. Say again for Southwest 694.
With 694 to maintain 5,000.
5,694. Okay.
2448 on frequency.
Okay, so that was a little issue there with me. I was trying to get a few things checked here, and I completely whiffed and did not answer like about 3 calls. Because she called 10,000 feet, I went up for me to turn my lights on, and I lights on. These did not want to go down. Let's go ahead and put on our turn-offs. To put on our turn-offs, and then we're gonna keep going down here.
Miami Center, US Air 540, like level.
I was doing like 19 different things at the same time.
Tracking.
All right, we are maintaining 50 below 10,000.
US Air 540, 270.
US Air 540, Miami Center, I'm over the contact, maintain level 270.
AK 270, US Air 540.
Target 1768 on frequency. Target 1768, Miami Center, low climate change level 400. You can give Jacksonville a call now, 135 and 902.
All right, prepping for a descent down to 5,000. We're cleared down to 5,000. We're at 7,000 now, and we're proceeding the way that we should. Because flying into Jacksonville today, well, Fort Lauderdale. Is that Fort Lauderdale? Yeah, I think so. It's been a while since I've flown into Fort Lauderdale. I've only flown through Miami, Key West, Dominica, and flying the Caribbean, and then I started flying for this entire week. Every flight that I have done, it has been always, I have always been flying, long haul flights, due to the fact that, I work at the airport now, and most of my flights are definitely going to be long haul. Let's get an intervention. I don't want to descend fast too quickly, and then we're burning a lot of fuel while we are, on this approach.
90 Center, radio check. 90 Center, good evening, November 205, informed Sierra is 15 miles to northeast from Key West International.
Sierra 5 Uniform Sierra Roger, you full south?
Yes, please, for 5 Uniform Sierra.
5 Uniform Sierra, squawk 1200, you can enter a left downwind runway 9er.
Left downwind for runway 9er, squawk 120.
Here we go. Our 5,000 is no. We're gonna level change right now. I'm gonna try to get down.
694, this is going to change 3,000.
3,694. There we go. We're gonna try to get down below it. Let's switch over to RLS right here. All right, auto 3. We got that. If you guys notice here, it switched to instrument IMC, land 3. So That means that we are going to be getting full landing. Once it's Star Airport right here, it's going to be a little bit turbulent getting in because I am feeling it right now as we go down. I'm seeing it as we do what we're doing here. All right, we gotta ensure that we switch over to VNAV before we round about here. But he's just ensuring that we're following the right path here. Alright, so she switched her own, thing on her side. You guys may have heard that click. That's her. Alright, where are we? Alright, there we go. Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
3007 set.
Packs.
Auto.
Start switches.
Left continuous. Left continuous.
Approach checklist complete.
Check. Now we're going down to 3000 here. Switching over to VNAV. Yeah, let's keep it at there, and we should be okay. Yeah, keep at 240. Notice the lights are dimming down. This is like it's trying to be realistic here.
Level 694, turn opening 180, vectors for final.
Left 180 vectors for final, Southwest 694. Set heading 180.
Check.
Right, she has heading 180 set. Let's do heading select.
Radio check. 555.
Making that turn. Alright, so we are basically parallel to the runway approaching. We're not selecting approach mode yet. We're waiting for him to give us the go ahead. Oh, we just got a stutter right there. Alright, there we go. Right, our aircraft is going into approach mode. But he has not yet given us guidance.
592, fly heading 270 on departure, runway 1 right, let's take off. On departure.
Okay, he did not give us clearance, so we're past our localizer there. Alright, and he did not do anything going further. So that's Southwest 694. It looks like you forgot to give us vectors here. Can we get a vector around?
Right check.
5
Check.
Sorry about that. Might get out there. Total 694, turn 1 setting 170, just maintain 2000.
Left 170 2000, Southwest 694. Set head in 170.
Check.
Okay, total 694, make it a right turn to heading out 020.
020, Southwest 694.
Yeah, right turn heading 020.
Right 020, Southwest 694. Set head in 020.
Check.
Oh, nope. It's going wrong.
2500.
Alright, so she kind of did it wrong for me. And we are now going right, heading 020. Right with me now. This is what happens whenever microphones go bad here. Dangerous stuff happens. And I was just waiting for it because I didn't want to go and do what I wanted, because they tend to get a little bit, aggressive when it comes to doing certain things like this, especially if you're doing your own stuff. So I tend to just follow what the controller says on Vatsim. So looks like he had some microphone issues, and he now is coming back.
Is there 540, contact Jacksonville Center 135, 982.
Or Jacksonville, USA 540.
And she does not stop once she starts, so let's clear this out. Let's check and see how far we're at. There we go, 020. Which I did not like this, but it's fine.
Lane, cross lane at 2000, clear Alice runway 10 right approach.
Clear direct blame, cross blame at 2000, cleared runway 10 right approach, Southwest 694. Alright, so we're gonna go direct to blame. Where's our direct button? Flags. Oh, nope, can't go back there. Oh well. Yep, we're going direct over there. Alright, we're gonna select our approach right now.
237 with you, flight level
Four lock
380.
and glide slow.
72 mega clearance is on request. On those 237 minus center, hello.
Let's go direct to blade.
Maintain at 14,000. Related altimeter to Crescent Street 011.
We're flying through.
Surfer, maintain 14,000. Bahamas 237.
Yeah, we're gonna land with a little less. Should be okay. There goes our airspeed. It's starting to bleed off.
Charlie Romeo Golf Airport. Radar vectors and road game that is filed on departure. Maintain 3,000. Expect level 280 after departure.
No, aircraft is starting to slow down. It's slowing down. And there we go. Got a little bit of turbulence.
Team like Echo reback is correct. Watch room major choice call thanks. Level 5592 minus center radar contact, clear direction for route, maintain level 360.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
aircraft is gonna slow down. Kind of started slowing down a little bit way too early there, but I'm not gonna trust, you know, following him up with it. I think he did give me clearance, but his mic kind of went out. But we're gonna start intercepting our localizer shortly. We got flaps 1 out. We should have done that once we were glide slope alive.
Runway 10 right, clear land the Velocity 1100 at 12.
Quick land runway 10 right for Southwest 694, thanks. Alright, there we go. We've intercepted on our localizer and we are also cleared to land. Alright, so the aircraft is, you know, just barely inching onto that. Once we're established on the glide slope, we'll continue our flaps procedure. So we'll go down another notch of flaps. We'll get our gear going down, and then, you know, we should be all set. There comes our glide slope. It's alive. So it's starting.
Flight Center number 582 Juliet Romeo, disregard.
One thing I wish it showed was, you know, you vertically right here, instead of just being top down. So if it showed you right here going down, which would be an interesting one. All right, so there we are. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
All right, we're going 150. You can see the wind is changing a lot. Gear down.
Landing gear down.
And let's put on our taxi light. There goes our airspeed. It's bleeding, bleeding, bleeding. There we go. Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Radio check.
Flaps 30. Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Alright, so there we go.
1,000 feet.
Check.
Miami Center, Crypto 01. Are you handling
landing checklist?
Yeah.
Before landing checklist.
Roger,
Before landing
01,
checklist.
we are on the ground
Speed
over
brake.
here at Opa-locka, IFR to Allegheny County.
Armed green light.
Landing gear.
Down 3 greens.
Flaps.
0.
Flaps 30.
Before landing checklist complete.
Alright.
Crypto 01, Miami Center, Roger, cleared to the Alpha Golf Charlie Airport, altitude departure due from transition as filed. On departure maintaining 4,000. My level 41010 after departure.
Alright, here we go for landing.
071.
500.
Okay, clear to Allegheny County Airport, as filed. I maintain 4,000, expect 41010 minutes after departure. Departure is to 6071 in the box. Crypto 01. So 01, reback is correct, runway 9 or left for departure, call station. Okay, copy. We'll go
Minimum.
001.
Continue.
One hundred. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Extended. Auto brake disarmed. 60 knots.
meters
Check.
On
remaining.
behalf of the flight crew of Southwest Airlines, welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Please remain seated with your
F1
seatbelt
able to join
fastened,
Juliet,
seat back and
ground,
tray
12.9
table in their
for
full
Southwest,
upright and locked position, and all carry-on items completely under the seat in front of you. When the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign, please be careful when opening the overhead bin. Items may have shifted during flight and could fall out. You may now use the cellular function of your small portable electronic devices, but please remain seated and leave your carry-on
so
stowed.
welcome
Please be advised the
to
aircraft doors will be
Fort
open
Lauderdale,
during
guys.
ground servicing. For your safety, please
Alright,
ensure
so
that
we're
you
gonna go
and
ahead
any
and
children you are
join. We're on
supervising remain
Juliet.
clear of the front and
We're
back
gonna
doors.
121.4.
If you
I
are
said
connecting here to
121.9.
another Southwest flight, please check the monitors in the terminal for your flight and gate number. We certainly have enjoyed sharing part of our day with you. We know you have a choice when you fly, and we thank you for choosing
Alright, so we're gonna
Southwest
go ahead
Airlines.
and join Juliet. Let's do the airport. Airport info. Zoom in. Alright, so we're gonna join Juliet right now. Alright, she didn't do no flaps. Set APU on. Start APU.
Check.
Lauderdale ground, citation 2 Juliet Romeo, ready for taxi.
Alright, so we're joining Juliet before we
582 Juliet Romeo, runway 10 left.
call ground.
Taxi via Echo Bravo, altimeter 3007. Echo Bravo to Juliet Romeo.
Ground Southwest 694, we're on Juliet here, ready to go to the gate. Alright, let's see.
Southwest 694, Fort Lauderdale ground. Taxi to the ramp via Juliet Hotel 5.
Set Juliet Hotel Fox for Southwest 694. Alright, well, he did not respond there, but I think she is starting our APU already.
APU online. I'll turn on the APU bleed in 2 minutes.
Alright, so there she goes. Alright, so Juliet Hotel Fox. So here we are. That's Quebec. That's Gulf. I'm not seeing hotel. There's hotel right here. That's the Lima. Most likely it's Hotel 5.
582
he
Juliet
said.
Romeo, contact tower 132.2.
Most likely it's Hotel 5. Okay, so we should be on
Hey, ground to Juliet Romeo, I think that was for us, but you cut out at the end. Could you say again? 582 Juliet Romeo, contact tower 132.2. 32.2, see you to Juliet Romeo.
Alright, there's Hotel 5. We're gonna be turning right here. We're gonna head over to the ramp. Is this little ramp? There's a lot of damn noise. Alright, there's a ramp over there.
APU bleed on.
Where are we right now? Yeah, we're lost, but I don't think he's gonna mind. But we're on the ramp right now, so I think we are all golden. There was one time when I saw she did do a lot of different, a lot of extra stuff, but turn off our bleeds. Especially she did a lot of she did a lot of the after landing procedure as well. So for example, she brought up the flap, she brought up the speed brake. You know, there are a lot of things that she did, but right now I'm not seeing her do it too much. She's kind of being a little bit quiet here with me. I don't think I have the Fort Lauderdale scenery. That's what's happening here. So we're hopping up on the ramp here. Not sure where this traffic is coming from. Alright, we're on Tango, so we're at the ramp here right now, so we should be all fine. So we're just gonna go ahead and take one of these southwest gates. Gonna pop off on this one that says southwest on it. Gonna go into one of those that I can't see. I think it is saying JetBlue. Yeah, it is. Alright, so here we go, ready to turn in. Yeah, I don't have the Fort Lauderdale scenery for here, that's why. Got our brakes on. Alright. Alright, so we're at Fort Lauderdale. Now we're gonna go ahead and switch these lights off so that we don't blind anyone. And we are here at our gate, so alright, let's do this. Alright, so engine shutdown procedure. Let's keep this pump on.
Engine shutdown procedure complete.
Check. Alright, so let's just complete. Oh, they approved the flight already. God, couldn't even complete everything. Parking checklist.
Parking checklist. Parking brake.
Set.
Start levers.
Cut off.
Anti-collision light.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Window heat.
Off.
Probe heat.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Hydraulic pumps.
Checked.
Start switches.
Cut off.
Oil quantity.
Checked.
Hydraulic quantity.
Checked. Checked.
Radar.
Off. Off. Checked.
Transponder.
Checked.
Parking checklist complete.
Alright, so we're all set. Alright, so let's set our chocks and let's request ground power. Alrighty, guys, again, thank you so much for joining me on this flight. Welcome again to Fort Lauderdale. I gotta download the Fort Lauderdale scenery for this, for Flight Sim 2020. I'm now actually gonna, continue doing a little bit of flying out here in Miami. I'm gonna try to go with the 727. Means I'm gonna switch a few things off. So our APU is off now. So thank you again for joining me on this flight. It was a pretty short flight with Southwest, and we've moved over here to Fort Lauderdale. So I'm definitely gonna come to check out the scenery for here and see if I can get one either free or whatever it is for purchase. So again, tomorrow we're gonna be doing a flight, most likely the Embraer and the 727 into Dominica. Hopefully there are enough thoughts about doing it. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me, and you guys have an awesome rest of your day.